Hi. In this video I'm going to show you how to solve an easy Slitherlink puzzle. First let's take a look at the 0 and the 3. The 0 cannot have any lines around it, so we can mark its sides with an X. Now one of the sides of the 3 is definitely empty, so the other 3 should be lines. We've just identified our first segment of the loop. Both ends of this segment should continue in some direction. The upper end cannot continue downwards, nor to the left. It should continue upwards. The same logic can be applied to the other end. It should continue downwards. You have learned your first pattern. If you notice a 0 next to a 3 anywhere on a puzzle, it is always solved in this way. Let's take a closer look at the segment we've just placed. We cannot have lines on these edges because they will form a branch. We can mark these with an X. This just gave us some more clues for this too. Two of the sides are marked with an X. We already have one line and we have one empty side. We should have two lines around the 2, so the empty side should be a line. This 2 is also easy to solve. Two of the sides are marked with an X, so the other 2 should be lines. We can solve this other 2 in the same way. This forms another pattern that you can remember. Let's take a look at this 3. One of its sides cannot be a line. This means that the other 3 must be lines. This one is completed. Let's mark the other sides with an X. This line has nowhere else to go but downwards. Do you remember the pattern where a corner segment points towards a 2? We can quickly solve these 2's. This line has nowhere else to go but to the right. This 2 cannot have a line on the bottom side. Its second line should be on the right side. The upper end of this line can only continue to the right. This also solves the 2. And the bottom end of the line should continue downwards. Take a look at this 3. The side on the right cannot have a line. The lines should be on the other sides. The line on the top can only be continued like this. We cannot put a line here, because it will form a small loop leaving other segments out of it. Now both ends of this segment can only continue downwards. Take a look at this area. Lines here, and here are not allowed. These two ends can only be continued like this. This joins the two segments together. This 2 is now easy to solve. Both ends of this segment can only be continued downwards. We cannot close this segment. So the right end must continue downwards. And then to the left. Again we cannot connect the two ends. We continue the lines in the only possible directions. The bottom end can be extended even more. Let's see what happens if we continue the segment one more line. The 1 is completed. And this line hits a dead end. This means that our little experiment failed and the opposite of our assumption is true. Our line should continue upwards. And the 1 is completed. Look at this 2. If we place a line on the bottom side, it will have nowhere to continue, leaving only 2 possible sides for the 2 lines. Continue both ends of the new segment in the only possible directions. We have the same situation with these 2's. This one can easily be solved. And the left side of the segment can only continue upwards. This completes the other one, and makes it easy to solve the 3 above it. These 2 parts should obviously be connected. And we are almost done. We cannot close the loop here, because it would leave the 3 unfulfilled. Both ends must continue upwards. And again. We close the loop at the top. The puzzle is solved. In the next video I will show you a bunch of patterns and some advanced techniques, which will help you solve harder puzzles.